You are 26 years old. You have $10,000. The first 10,000 of your life. It did not come easy. It was traded for late nights at the office, for Friday evenings eating cheap takeout in your small apartment instead of going to bars with your friends, for driving that fading sedan long after the warranty expired. That money just sits there in your bank account doing nothing. Most people your age would know exactly what to do with it. A luxury vacation to Europe, a down payment on a car you can barely afford, or a series of expensive gadgets to signal to the world that you are finally making it. But you do not do that. You open a brokerage app. You buy a profoundly boring Dividend ETF. The yield is just 4% a year. There is nothing revolutionary about it, nothing flashy, no overnight tech surges. With that $10,000, you will receive $400 a year. $400! It is enough to cover your Netflix, Spotify, and your basic phone bill for an entire year. It is a tiny amount. You might even feel tempted to laugh at how insignificant it seems. But you do not laugh, because these are the first dollars in your entire life that were not traded for time. Every other dollar you have ever earned came from exhaustion. Hours sitting at a desk, hours stuck in bumper-to-bumper traffic, hours pretending to pay attention in meetings that should have been an email. But this $400 is different. It came from thin air. You slept and it paid you anyway. One afternoon in the break room, a coworker glances over your shoulder and sees the green numbers on your screen. He scoffs. $400 a year? That is what I spent on dinner and drinks last weekend. You say nothing. You just close your laptop. He takes the $400 he earned that week and buys a designer watch he will grow tired of by next spring. You do something entirely different. The next month, when that tiny dividend hits your account, you do not transfer it to your checking. You do not buy a single thing. You tap a very small button on your screen. Reinvest. You watch the fractional share count go up by a microscopic margin. For the first time all year, you smile at your phone. Nobody saw it. Nobody needed to. You have officially stopped playing their game. You are playing a new one. 3 years pass. You're 29. $50,000 now sits in that exact same index fund. Most of it came from your relentless discipline, automatically transferring a portion of your paycheck every single month. The rest came from the dividends you never spent, silently compounding in the background. Now, that system pays you $2,000 a year. $2,000. That is your electric bill for 12 months. Your internet connection. A couple of weekend trips. And you still have change left over. On a quiet Sunday morning, you sit at your kitchen table and do the math. A strange realization washes over you. For the next year, every single time you flip a light switch, every time you open the refrigerator door, every time you plug in your phone to charge, someone else is paying for the electricity. Not you. Your shares are paying for it. You keep this entirely to yourself. That weekend, your younger sister gets engaged. The whole extended family gathers at a high-end steakhouse to celebrate. Your cousin loudly orders a bottle of wine that costs more than the dividend you received that entire month. He stands up, raises his glass, and proudly announces that he just signed the lease on a brand new luxury SUV. The table erupts in applause. Their eyes are full of admiration. You just order a glass of tap water. You slowly cut your steak. You smile and congratulate him. On the drive home, your girlfriend, sitting in the passenger seat, asks if something is wrong. She mentions that you have been unusually quiet all evening. You gently shake your head, telling her you were just lost in thought. You do not tell her about your cousin's $900 monthly payment, or the $11,000 that will vanish from his bank account every year just to keep up appearances. And you certainly do not tell her that your $50,000 will quietly drop $2,000 into your lap this year, next year, and the year after that. You choose silence. You just reach over and hold her hand while waiting at a red light. You look at the endless sea of brake lights ahead of you, and for the first time in your life, you feel something very few people your age ever feel. You feel ahead of schedule. A profound sense of peace amidst a world drowning in noise and consumer debt. You turn 32. $100,000. 6 figures. That was the number you used to dream about in high school. The number that all those personal finance books promised would change everything. But the truth is, it does not change everything overnight. Your apartment looks the same. Your car is still old. What it does do is quietly pay you $4,000 a year. $4,000. That is enough to cover your entire grocery budget for a full 12 months. A whole year of bread, eggs, chicken, vegetables, and coffee, all paid for by money you did not have to sweat for. You push your shopping cart through the aisles of the grocery store on a late Saturday afternoon, and a strange thought keeps repeating in your head. Every single item you are tossing into this cart, someone else is working to pay for. You let out a soft chuckle in the produce section. A woman standing nearby looks at you in confusion. She has no idea what you know. But then, the real test arrives. Later that evening, an old friend from college texts you. He claims he just found a deal of a lifetime. A stop paying a massive 12% dividend yield distributed monthly. He texts, "Think about it, man. 12% on your 100 grand is 12,000 a year. You could triple your passive income right now." You open your laptop and pull up the ticker. The 12% yield is real, but the price chart is a disaster. The stock has plummeted over 40% in the last 2 years. The yield only looks massive because the denominator has collapsed. This is not an opportunity. This is a yield trap. Every single dollar of that dividend is being drained from a dying company. The dividend will inevitably be cut. The stock price will keep falling. You would lose more in principal than you would ever make from that illusion of a 12% payout. You close your laptop. You text him back, advising him to be careful. He just replies with a laughing emoji. That night, he dumps $10,000 into the stock. 6 months later, the company slashes its dividend in half. The stock price nosedives another 30%. He never brings up investing with you again. And you? You hold on to your boring ETF. You keep collecting your $4,000 a year. You keep pushing your cart to the grocery store on Saturday afternoons with a clear mind. At the six-figure mark, the rules of the game become incredibly simple and ruthless. If a yield looks too good to be true, it absolutely is. 12% is not a lottery ticket. 12% is a blaring siren. The boring, patient 4% will outlast every shiny, dangerous 12% out there. Every single time. You are 35. $250,000. 250,000. The number that nobody at your job knows you possess. Your silent system is now paying you $10,000 a year. $10,000. That is your car insurance, your routine maintenance, and every single drop of gas you will use for an entire year. Every mile you drive is now covered by money you did not have to earn. You realize this on a rainy Tuesday morning in March. You are sitting in gridlock traffic on your way to the office. The man in the lane next to you is screaming into his steering wheel. His face is flushed red, veins bulging in his neck. He is driving a brand new, matte black Tesla. It is a beautiful machine. But you look closely at him. You can see the exhaustion in his eyes. He cannot actually afford that car. His stress is palpable through the glass. You are driving a 2018 Toyota sedan. It was paid off 4 years ago. The seats are a little worn, but the engine runs perfectly. Your car owes you absolutely nothing. His car owes him $800 a month for the next 6 years. That night, you log into your brokerage account. The number is larger than it was last month. It is always slightly larger than it was last month. You remember a passing comment your father made when you were a teenager. He said the wealthiest people he knew always drove the most unremarkable cars. You thought it was just a coping mechanism for not having money back then. You understand it perfectly now. At $250,000, the math stops being purely theoretical. It starts paying for heavy physical things. Things you can touch. Things that get you to work. Most people at 35 are drowning in auto loans to look successful on their commute. You have a car that essentially pays you to drive it. You park in your driveway that evening and turn off the engine. You just sit in the silence of the cabin for a full minute before going inside. You realize you are no longer in a hurry. You have not felt rushed in a very long time. You turn 38, $500,000, 500,000. This is the milestone that permanently changes the way you sleep at night. Your boring portfolio now pays you $20,000 a year. $20,000. In many parts of the country, that is enough to cover a modest rent or paid-off mortgage, plus your basic utilities. This is the baseline of the famous 4% rule, the mathematical floor of survival. If you absolutely had to, you could walk away from your job tomorrow and you would not starve. You would not be flying first class or dining at Michelin star restaurants, but you would survive. The roof over your head is secured. You realize the profound weight of this on a Friday afternoon. It is 4:47 p.m. You are packing up your bag for the weekend when your manager walks into your office. He looks frantic, sweating through his shirt. A major client account is in crisis, and he needs you to cancel your weekend plans and stay late to fix a mistake you did not even make. The old version of you, the one with $10,000, would have panicked. You would have said yes immediately, terrified of losing your paycheck. But this time, you do something different. You pause. You let 3 full seconds of dead silence hang in the air. You look at him, and you feel a strange electric sensation in your chest. You feel optional. You realize you do not actually have to say yes. You could say no, and your life would not fall apart. Ultimately, because you are a professional, you agree to help. But the dynamic has completely shifted. The yes is no longer a survival reflex. It is an active choice. You're doing it as a favor, not as a hostage. You leave the office at 9 p.m. The parking lot is completely empty. You get into your old Toyota. You think about the coworker who laughed at your $400 dividend a decade ago. He still works in the same department. He still complains about his credit card debt. $500,000 does not make you completely free to travel the world in luxury, but it buys you something far more vital. It buys you the word no. And no is the single most expensive word in the human language. You are 41. $1 million. You are officially a millionaire. But you do not feel any different. Your apartment looks exactly the same. Your wardrobe is the same. The face looking back at you in the bathroom mirror is just a few years older. But the financial gravity of your life has fundamentally altered. The system now pays you $40,000 a year. $40,000, a full median American salary, completely replaced forever. You sit at your kitchen table on a quiet weeknight and you do something you have not done in 15 years. You open a tax estimation calculator. You type in $40,000 of qualified dividend income. Single filer. You hit enter. The screen calculates your estimated federal tax burden. The number that pops up is 0. You blink. You look it up on the official IRS website to confirm it is true. Because your earned income is low and your passive income comes entirely from long-term investments under a specific threshold, the government takes absolutely nothing from it. Your friends who work demanding corporate jobs lose 25 to 30% of their paychecks before the money even touches their bank accounts. You get to keep every single penny. You lean back in your chair. You do not cheer. You do not pop a bottle of champagne. You just sit in the dim light of your kitchen, overwhelmed by the sheer cold reality of how the game is actually played. You think about all those years you traded hours for dollars, working overtime for taxable income that the system heavily penalized. You realize the system is not broken. It is just operating exactly as designed. You are 44. $1.5 million. 7 figures and a half. The number that finally closes the contract you made with yourself 18 years ago. Your invisible system now pays you $60,000 a year. $60,000. That is the exact amount the average American retiree actually spends in a year. It is completely replaced forever without you ever having to sell a single share of your principal. You do not touch the golden goose. You just quietly collect the eggs. The principal keeps growing. The dividend keeps paying, completely immune to your daily physical output. You wake up on a Monday morning. It is 6:14 a.m. But there is a distinct, profound difference today. You did not set an alarm. The room is completely quiet, save for the faint hum of the refrigerator. The early morning sun is just starting to bleed through the living room blinds. You walk into the kitchen, the floorboards creaking slightly under your feet. You make a simple cup of coffee. You sit by the window. Outside, the street is already coming alive. People are rushing. Cars are aggressively backing out of driveways. A neighbor across the street is running to his leased truck with a piece of toast in his mouth, looking panicked, already late for a meeting he probably hates. You used to be him. For years, you were exactly him. You know the exact knot in his stomach. But today you just sit and watch the exhaust from his truck fade into the cold morning air. You open your laptop on the kitchen counter. You open your email. You type out a very brief, polite message to your manager. You thank them for the opportunities over the years. You state that you are resigning, effective in 2 weeks. You hover your cursor over the send button. Society tells you that this is supposed to be a cinematic, explosive moment. You expect to feel a massive rush of adrenaline, or maybe a twinge of terrifying doubt. But you do not feel anything dramatic. You just feel the exact same way you felt on that very first Tuesday morning 18 years ago when that tiny $400 dividend hit your account while you were sleeping. You feel calm. You feel quiet. You feel absolutely sure. You press send. You close the laptop. The screen goes black. You pick up your phone and read a financial news headline while sipping your coffee. A major wealth management firm just released a study saying that Americans now believe they need exactly $1.46 million to retire comfortably. You read the number twice. You already have more than that. And nobody in your building, nobody in your extended family, nobody walking past your unassuming 10-year-old car in the driveway has the slightest clue. You think back to the 26-year-old version of you, the exhausted kid with $10,000 to his name, the one who got laughed at in the break room for making a few $100 in passive income, the one who felt the heavy gravitational pull of lifestyle inflation, but chose to look the other way. That tiny snowball rolled. It gathered weight. It grew. The boring, unsexy system did exactly what it was designed to do. While everyone else was busy trying to look rich on credit, they bought luxury cars that depreciated the moment they drove them off the dealer lot. They bought massive houses that required a lifetime of stress and golden handcuffs just to heat, cool, and maintain. They bought expensive watches to impress people they did not even genuinely like. They traded their future time for present attention. They wanted the world to know they were wealthy, and in doing so, they guaranteed they would never actually be free. You did something entirely different. You traded your present attention for future time. You built an anatomy of wealth that no one could see. First, it bought back you digital subscriptions. Then it bought back you utilities. Then your groceries, your transportation, your housing, until finally there was nothing left to buy back except your entire life. True wealth is not a booming announcement. It is not an exotic sports car parked in the driveway. It is not a designer wardrobe. True wealth is an absolute unshakable silence. It is the profound ability to park yourself in a wooden chair on a Monday morning, listen to the world rush by, and realize that every single hour of the day belongs entirely to you. You bought back your life, one tiny boring dividend at a time. The transaction is complete. You own your mornings forever.